Let's move on to the Monday Nighter. So I am hosting the 3 Thursday games, and CMAC is taking my Monday night game. So he will be hosting the Monday night game, and I'm going to take the girl out. Maybe take the girl out. Pittsburgh Steelers 3-7, 1-4 on the road. Colts 4-6-1, 2-3 at home. We're at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's start with the line history for this one. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Here we go. We have these Steelers opening up as 2.5-point dogs. That was at plus 102. They're now minus 105. So they've taken 7 cents worth of action or value. Total opened up at 40. It dropped to 38.5, a big 1.5 drop. And I get it. I can understand why it's dropped. 54% of the tickets are on the Steelers and 95% of the cash. It feels like week in and week out until the Texans were always being bet by the Sharps. That's come to an end. But the Steelers just week in and week out. And they got my money last week with Tomlin as a home dog. And felt good at the half. Man, I should have just only taken the first half. 64% of the tickets are on the under, 50% of the cash. So some big bets have come in on the over at 38.5. Steelers come in off a 37-30 loss at home to the Bengals. Offense was very strong in the first half, stymied in the second half. Second lowest scoring offense managed 52 total yards in their first 6 drives of the second half. Pickett 25 of 42, 265 yards and a touchdown. George Pickens is spectacular. I mean, Pickett's lucky. Very, very fortunate to have a receiver like him to throw to. 4 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. Freiermuth, 8 catches, 79. Najee Harris looked pretty good. Ran 20 times for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, caught 4 for 26. They could simply not stop Burrow when they needed to. Bengals put up 408 yards of total offense. Defense finished with 2 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. Levi Wallace, TJ Watt had picks. Miles Boykin and Jalen Warren got hurt. Boykin oblique, Warren hamstring. Not that big of a deal. But Mason Cole did not start the second half, was replaced by J.C. Hasenauer. Mason Cole dealing with a foot injury, their center. Colts coming off a tough 17-16 home loss to the Eagles. Indianapolis never trailed. The Sharps were all over them. They never trailed until 1:20 left in the game. Saturday falls to 1-1. Ryan 23 of 32 for 213 yards. Pittman 6 for 75. Paris Campbell 5 for 67. Jonathan Taylor had 22 carries for 84 yards. Did lose a fumble. The Colts defense was strong. They finished with 3 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. They've handled the loss for Shaquille Leonard well. Held the Eagles to 314 total yards. They held Philadelphia to its lowest point total since the 13-7 loss to the Giants a year ago. You know, the Colts are back to sort of what we thought they'd be like in the beginning of the year. And they are very, very short favorites here on the Monday Nighter. Total down to 38.5, and the Colts at minus 2.5. Take it away, Andy, our Monday Nighter.
Yeah, I think we need to be quick and not to bet this game, but adjust our priors quicker than maybe we normally have to in games like this. It's just the Colts are playing completely different. It was widely panned, the Jeff Saturday hire, but this defense over the last couple games, it is playing with the best of them, which is wild. That just suddenly a change. And I don't know if that says anything about Jeff Saturday. Maybe it says something about Frank Reich. Maybe this team was just kind of checked out, and literally they could have brought Jimmy the Bag in. They could have brought in Birdie, just anybody. And like, hey, a change of pace. All right, we'll play for this guy. And at that point, I mean, we saw a marked difference in how this defense is played. And yes, obviously getting the chance to get Matt Ryan back in. Ellinger is not an NFL quarterback. He shouldn't be in the league. Like, he's a good second or third option on a team just because he has some experience now at this point. But Matt Ryan is fine. I don't know what the deal was with the offense early. I know we were missing Pittman. We were missing Jonathan Taylor for certain games. We had people out. We had injured players. It was tough go for Frank Reich. But right now, this is it's not a diss on Jimmy and Bernie. Yeah, it really is, because neither of them is an NFL head coach. When's the last time Jimmy got a call for a head coaching offer? Just not happening.
Being too long.
Yeah. But Bernie says he's too fat for that. Don't you remember Mangino, or who is that? The Kansas coach. That guy was like 1 million pounds. You can never be too big to coach guys. Everyone looks good in a tracksuit. But yes, this defense has really taken some steps forward. And Kenny Pickett is just a walking interception. I'm laying it with the Colts, and I feel gross about this. Like I feel like I'm overreacting, but at the same time, the numbers from the last couple weeks don't really lie, and it was against a good team and a bad team. So I think that averages out. And Jesus, gross! I hate this so much that I'm betting this. But the way I have it right now, it should be a little more. It should be 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. Do you agree with do you agree with the look on the total from 40 to 38.5?
Yeah, I think the Colts will really, really stymie what Pittsburgh does on offense. Like I like that they've gone a different direction at running back, but at the same time, this offense is not good with Pickett. And yeah, this defense is playing really well right now. So playing at home against a quarterback, and he's a quarterback who gets worse as he gets down. Like once he starts playing from behind, the interceptable passes, the turnover worthy plays go up. So if Indy with a lead is almost like, hey, we should bet more Indy because Pickett's about to throw a pick six or at least a bad interception or at minimum a bad 3 and out.
Yeah, I'm surprised the 1-4 on the road Steelers would be less than a field goal in this spot. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
I surprised myself a little when I played this and it's yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I mean just the way the defense has kind of stepped up over the last couple of games, it's a good spot for them at home against a bad quarterback.
-2.5 at -107 is available right now. Just 1,374 tickets in. Does it surprise you that 54% of the tickets, 95% of the cash could be on the Steelers, or just such a small sample size?
It's small sample, and I never worry too much about that anyway.
All right, that is every game. No buys this week. Every game broken down.